All right, people, welcome. Harmless Dave here for the Harmless Dave channel, talking about real music and the end of the classic rock era and other stuff as needed, but doing what I do in real time for a few real people just like you and just like me. This episode, like all of them, brought to you by this tasty beverage. Buy me a coffee, also Patreon. If you want to become a patron for the channel, we had a new patron come on board yesterday, which was nice. PJ Rock Super Chats and YouTube memberships. All right, so I'm going to give a little hat tip to my buddy, the mysterious Mr. O, who sent me this story via Telegram. Rush has been forced to postpone two more shows in Texas after vocalist, bassist Geddy Lee fell ill. The Canadian Rockers told fans on Tuesday that their show at Fort Worth's Dickies Arena later that evening, June 30th, along with their July 2nd concert, are both postponed due to Geddy being diagnosed. Now we have a little bit more information with laryngitis and bronchitis. So that's kind of a big deal to get bronchitis as a singer. And yeah, laryngitis as well. So both of those things, that's a big deal. Rush's concert on Thursday was originally set to take place on June 24th, but was pushed back due to travel and border-related delays. I guess Trump didn't want them to come back into the country. No, I'm kidding. Didn't want their gear to come back into. It's just people were really upset about that. It has now been rearranged two times. To our fans, we are deeply sorry to share that we must postpone our June 30th, which was last night, and July 2nd shows, which would be tomorrow. Geddy has been diagnosed with laryngitis and bronchitis after being evaluated by his doctors. He has been advised that he needs additional time to rest and recover. Yeah. This could be a while, folks, before returning to the stage. This is incredibly disappointing for all of us. We know many of you have made travel plans. Yeah, especially on July 4th weekend or toward the end of the week or whatever here. A lot of people have this week off, and this would have been part of their vacation plans. And so, yeah, I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people who need to find something else to do that they can't get a refund. Maybe they can. Who knows? Maybe they can cancel the hotel or whatever. But if they didn't get that cancellation insurance, so we know many of you have made travel plans and have been counting down the days to these shows. The Rush fans are rabid right now, and they're coming from all over the world to see this band. Please know this decision was not made lightly. Well, if Geddy can't sing, he can't sing. There's nothing you can do about it. After more than 50 years of touring, we've always believed that if we're going to step on stage, we owe you the very best performance we can give. And right now, that simply isn't possible. Everyone at Planet Rock, I guess that's where this comes from, wishes Geddy well. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can add to this, and it's not much, I don't want to get into conspiracy theories about the band's health issues and so forth. I mean, these guys are older. I would say being away from the road and from this robust performing, it's one thing to do kind of like a one-off and showcase what everybody can do. And I think people were pleasantly surprised by how good Geddy Lee handled vocals. You still had some critics and some naysayers. You're going to always have that, even if the guy sounds perfect. You're going to have people that find fault with stuff. But I think he sounded great for what I was expecting. And maybe he pushed himself a little too much. Maybe traveling to Mexico. That would be another thing. Don't the old adage, don't drink the water. I'm just kidding, folks. I don't know. Certainly, bronchitis and laryngitis, those things can be brought on by a number of different factors. And I'm still under the impression that you go from not touring and not being really busy to being suddenly very busy. And this has been what, 10 years, I guess, since Rush was last out there? Was it 2016? I mean, I think it was 2016. I might be wrong about that. So a decade goes by, and you're not doing this on a regular basis. And so that's probably where this is going to land as far as why this is happening. And they're human beings, for crying out loud. But you're going from city to city. You went across the border. You came back. You're sick now because you went up. No, I'm just, again, I don't know. But yeah, and they're Canadians. So, they're 100% big pharma all the way. So, that might work in their favor here. Who knows? Maybe they've got some magic concoction that will help Geddy get back on his feet and be able to sing. And I think you need rest and you need just to get away for a bit. And that's what they're doing. So anyway, I'll keep you posted on this. Hopefully this doesn't evolve into something worse where they've got to postpone the rest of the tour or something like that. It doesn't seem that way, but typically when things like this escalate, it's kind of like a slow drip, and then you hear more that they're going to have to cancel more shows, but, they'll come back at some point and they'll reschedule all the shows. It would be a real bummer because this really is the concert event of 2026. The Rush comeback wasn't really on anyone's bingo card last year, and here we are talking about Rush and having to postpone shows. I wish the boys well. They need, and the lady, they need to stay healthy out there. But man, it's tough in this world. You go out there and it's germ warfare. So anyway, thoughts and prayers to Geddy Lee and the rest of the Rush faithful. And I'll be back at some point. Thanks for watching. God bless everyone. See you soon.